We'll need it. Yeah. Perfect seat, boy. Yeah.
You have the best position. I do.
I might have to help them bring out more front.
You can just kind of make your way through the main lobby area. Right around.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a gathering of the excess. Listen to Moses
A bit
speak.
of a higher temperature.
But I come to you.
Do you want that? I can bring it. Pass it to the torch. There's still more room over here, guys.
More room.
Come on.
Don't be shy. Good friend.
Okay. Wow. Nice group. Pretty much have everybody back there, Jeremy? You coming still? Come on in. There's more room up front. Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming and welcome. My name is Tom Kittle. I'm the president of Handtmann Canada Limited and also Handtmann Inc. First of all, I'm humbled by the turnout we have here today, and I just want to thank everybody for taking time out of their busy schedules to help us celebrate today. And this year is our 25th anniversary of being Handtmann Canada Limited, and also to celebrate the grand opening, really, as we want to call it, of our newly renovated Canada headquarters facility. Here as you're standing in this beautiful lobby. So thanks for coming. I have a few companies I want to call out separately because they have really helped us today by bringing some meat products with them to allow us to taste and feel and touch and get to see what kind of machinery they were made on. So if you haven't done so yet, inside the kitchen area, there's a bunch of products that are made on our equipment. And so I want to make special mention to Elite Meats, Erie Meats, Filichetti, Maple Leaf, Mariposa Dairy, Springer's Meats, and Pillar's Fine Foods. Thanks a lot for your support. I'd also like to recognize some special talent that's in the room today. And that talent is under the name of the Sheetal Construction Company. This is the construction company and group that helped us design and do the renovations on this particular building. They're represented here today by Alan Sheetal and the construction site manager, Al Fierlings. Can you raise your hands out there wherever you are? There you are, Alan. We were recently informed that Sheetal was awarded and recognized by the Grand Valley Construction Association for an innovation award that they did on this building. So we're very proud to be part of that. Congratulations. Before I move on to some more comments on myself, I want to make sure I introduce Mr. Carl Keller. Carl is Managing Director of Machine and Fabrique. He's flown over here from our, we call it our mothership, our headquarters in southern Germany, Biberach. Carl has been a tremendous support to Handtmann Canada and to me personally. So he's been a mentor of mine, and he's helped really drive a lot of the innovation and the growth that we've had and enjoyed with both Canada and the U.S. that I'm involved with. So Carl will speak a little bit later today. Thanks for coming, Carl. Now, some of you may be wondering why we're making this special event and maybe making a bigger deal out of it, but I think I really want to make a couple points that's, to me, make it very clear. Primarily, it's celebrating a legacy. A legacy, it's a family-owned company that we have here, and the legacy of Handtmann Canada Limited, celebrating 25 years, here in the business. And I also want to emphasize that the importance and the message that we are here to stay. We are a Canadian company, Canadian employees. Now, this may sound a little strange, because some of you that know me know I'm a Yankee, right? I live in Chicago, and I'm up here, and if you don't know from my accent, maybe you'll know that I twitch a little bit anytime somebody asks me about American politics. So that's but really the strategic intent for us and for all the daughter companies around the world that Handtmann has is to go as local as you can in the markets you serve. And so if it's not clear, it should be by the time you leave that the investment that we've made in our businesses here and the human resources that we have here, some great people that we have in this company, and the real estate here that we've invested in, you should be clear now that we're here to stay. If you haven't looked at the new timeline, there's a new history wall that we put up here recently. Spend some time and look at that. Handtmann started in 1873. We're in our 144th year of business as a global company. And there's some significant milestones that are outlined in there. And some of it relates to Canada, some don't. The Canadian milestones are also pretty significant. And then, it was in 1968 that we sold our first VF stuffer in the country. And it was sold to Pillars. Back then, I think they were called Pillars Sausages and Delicatessens. Where's Gerhard? There you are. So that started us off here. Back then, it was with the distributor network that we had at the time. And, of course, now we're with local people. And, in 1991, Handtmann acquired the Parader Machinery Company, and that kind of started this process. They were originally in Quebec and then moved out to Waterloo to be closer to a larger customer base. And that's when this building was originally purchased, and then the renovation happened since then, as you know. So before I hand the floor over to you, Mr. Keller, I just have one other comment to make. And unfortunately, Mr. Thomas Handtmann, who is the fourth generation owner of this family business, had to cancel his plans to be here in the last minute last week. So he had some other things come up, unfortunately. So just to introduce him, even though he's not here, he's the fourth generation and running this business. He's now the president of Handtmann Holding. His father is still in the business, Arthur, CEO of the organization, and his father still comes in the office every day. I could say aged, right? I think his father's now 89 and enjoying work tremendously. And so Thomas is now getting a little taste of his age to run a company, and he's doing a fantastic job. He's really a symbol of the family-held values that really penetrate every one of the daughter companies throughout the world. And Handtmann Canada is no different. We feel his presence. So because of that, we wanted to dedicate this new Handtmann facility and renovation to Mr. Thomas Handtmann. And Carl, I know you'll pass this on to him and give him our best wishes. But I'll read the words on the plaque. It says, Handtmann Canada Limited, Thomas Handtmann Corporate Center is what we're calling this. In recognition of significant personal and professional contributions that have grown Albert Handtmann Holding GmbH into an independent, fourth-generation, family-owned business, built Handtmann Machine and Fabric into a global food processing equipment leader, and enabled the ongoing development of Handtmann Canada Limited since its founding. This facility is dedicated to Mr. Thomas Handtmann. So thank you, everyone. No, you want to shake it?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So I'll turn it over to you.
So, dear guest and dear employee, Tom, I thank you very much for your speech and for your warm words you give me and to our company. I'm very happy to be here, to be together with you. Unfortunately, I'm not so fluently in English, so I will use some paper, and I will try to give you a short review of Handtmann activities in Canada. I would say through German eyes. I hope you understand what I mean. Yeah. So, the owner of Piereder Machinery Limited, Mr. Ludwig Piereder, he emigrated from Austria in the year 1952 to Canada, and he designed at the company ABR, maybe some of you know this company, hand fillers, first as an employee at this company and later on as an entrepreneur. His business was very good for many years until Ludwig Piereder no longer wanted to travel all over the world to sell these machines. And I prefer to run my business by sitting in my office, he said to Arthur Handtmann in the year 1990. And he visited Arthur Handtmann in Libra, and he had a letter with him, and he wanted to sell his company to Mr. Handtmann. And he had a letter with him. The letter is here. I want to read some words from this letter. Maybe it's interesting for you. For me, it was very interesting. From Ludwig Piereder. For some time now, I have been considering retirement as a desirable alternative. I'm a devout Mormon and have been active in the church for 24 years since my conversion. When I retire, I can serve the church in many ways. I feel I have spent enough time working for myself and family. I have a desire to go on a mission which would take me away for 18 to 24 months each time to some places in the world. It would also be nice to have more time to pursue my hobbies as fishing, windsurfing, and gardening. This was Ludwig Piereder. Thomas Handtmann said to me last week when I asked him about the history, he said to me, we didn't believe Ludwig because he enjoyed drinking much German beer in Bigra, which is not allowed for Mormons. But Handtmann purchased the Piereder Machinery Limited. After the Piereder buying was completed, Handtmann had unexpected problems with the new company. In this new daughter company, the Mormon rules had priority. This was very unusual for us as Germans. Many employees had refused to implement the European standard metric system. They in this way insisted in the imperial system. An even bigger challenge was the change from pneumatic technology to servo drive technology. This was already standard at Handtmann and Biberach. The new hand fillers, which servo drives, unfortunately never were successful in the market after many years of development. Finally, we decided in 2005 to develop a new generation of high vacuum hand fillers called HVF. Many of you have this type of machines in your factories in Biberach. That was the story of Piereder. Our Canadian agency ABR, Food Machinery Limited, sold, we heard it before, since 1968 in Canada our vacuum fillers from Handtmann made in Germany. Ludwig Piereder was plant manager in this company. At 1st of July in 1991, Arthur Handtmann, you mentioned him, and Josef Stautenhaus, he was the managing director of Handtmann Machine Factory before myself. decided to cancel the cooperation with ABR and to start our third subsidiary at that time, Handtmann Canada Limited, here in Kitchener, with Skylte Schwarz as the president. Handtmann Canada was responsible for selling in Canada the period equipment and our equipment from Handtmann in Germany. At 31st of December in 2003, we merged the two companies, Handtmann Canada and Period Limited, to the new company, Handtmann Canada Limited. Handtmann Canada Limited now is a very successful subsidiary within the Handtmann Group. Handtmann Canada Limited is focusing on sales and services of our whole machine portfolio in the Canadian market. Handtmann Canada Limited has a very good image at you as our customers in Canada. I thank you, Tom, and all the employees for your great input to the company in the last years, and I wish you and your families all the best. Thank you for your attention.
Thanks, Carl. That was fabulous. That's the end of kind of the formal comments and remarks. And I encourage everyone, please stick around, enjoy yourselves, eat, drink, socialize. That's a big part of what we're doing here. It's just reconnecting with each other. So spread out, enjoy, and thank you for coming once again.